Hey everybody, Cuban Shark here again. I'm making this quick tutorial on how to learn and understand and use the ring system to be able to take more accurate shots, put the ball exactly where you want in Golf Clash, obviously. So this is intended as a beginner, introductory level tutorial on how to understand and use the ring system. Now, what you're seeing in front of you is your bullseye. It's your ring system. It's what you're going to see when you're going to take a shot. It's where your your ball is first going to drop when you take a shot. Now, ideally, what you want to do in order for the ring system to work is obviously always try to take a perfect shot. Now, you don't always take a perfect shot. God knows I don't. But there are little adjustments, little tricks you can take so that even if you're not taking a perfect shot, you're at least not landing in a horrible place, and then make it a lot more difficult for you to even keep up with the game, right? So anyway, very basic. Here is the ring system. It's the ring system is composed of 5 rings. The first is a yellow, second is the red, blue is the third. The fourth is black, but it's actually transparent. You'll see the grass or the sand or wherever it's layered on top of. And then the 5th ring. Now, there are certain values per club. In other words, each club each ring is different for each different club. Particularly in the beginning, your clubs are not upgraded. So they tend to be affected more by the wind. In other words, the ring, the less the number by ring on a club, the more accurate your club is. So in other words, if 1 ring equals 1 wind, then you are at almost a 100, or you are at a 100% accuracy on that club. That your hit is 100% accurate. So the lower level clubs are obviously going to be in the 2s, the 3s, even the 4s. In other words, 4 wins per ring, which makes it a lot more difficult, more challenging to adjust properly. But that is the ring system. And one of the things that I strongly suggest or strongly recommend is that you go to golfclashnotebook.io, which is what you're looking at here. Go right here. You're going to see a bunch of different things when you get in. Where you want to go is in your tools section. Go to your wind chart creator right here in the middle. Okay, and it's just read a disclaimer which basically says that, you know, this is intended to be a tool, but it's not 100% accurate. But this is as good as it's going to get, and believe me, this is plenty. This is all you need. So right here you've got all of your clubs, okay, from your drivers to your woods, your long irons, your short irons, down to your sand wedges, right? So what I've done to make it easier for me, because your clubs are constantly being upgraded as you open chests and you get more club cards, you're gonna be changing this. So rather than continuing to come back over here, all right, and continuing to change what's in your bag, what I've done is, for example, I've taken the extra mile and I've selected 1, 2, I've selected them all, basically, is what I've done. And you title it, this one in particular is the extra mile, right? So I'm just gonna apologize, it's already been here, so that's why I was looking for it. And then right here you create the chart. Now once you create the chart, depending on where you have it, this is what your chart is going to look like. So this is your extra mile, and I've basically got it from 3 to 9 because I didn't create the 1 and the 2. But you can create, if you've got a level 1 extra mile, obviously pick them all. But what it does is it creates a PDF form for you. And what I've done is I literally have just printed the pages, and when I'm playing, I'll have it in front of me, so you'll eventually memorize them, right? But in the beginning, you're not going to understand it, so it's better to have it in front of you. But anyway, what you're looking at here, don't go crazy about all these numbers because it can be a little overwhelming. Don't worry about all of these different numbers, okay? I'm going to show you a quick lesson on looking at it and understanding the ring system quickly. Memorize a couple of numbers and that's it. Once you've played a couple of games, you won't even have to look at the form until your clubs upgrade, and then it's just remembering that you're just memorizing rather how your rings have changed. So, for example, if you've got an Extra Mile 3, take a look at the top. Okay, you've seen max, mid, and min. So max basically is when you pull the ball all the way at its maximum level. That's going to be at the yellow. Remember that the yellow is the center. The yellow is going to be 3.1 rings, or I'm sorry, 3.1 wind per ring. Now, one ring, okay, to go back to this here, one ring is from the very dead center of the yellow circle in the middle up to the edge. If you're looking to the right, that first line between the 1 and the 2, that from the center to that line, that is one ring. From that one ring on the yellow to the end of the red, that's 2 rings. The first red line, that's 3 rings. The second red, that's 4 rings. The reason I'm mentioning that is just because it's very important that you're starting your counting of your rings from the center where the ball is ideally going to drop. Okay? So that means that if you've got an Extra Mile 3 and you're shooting it at max, doesn't mean that you're pulling it and over pulling it and overstressing. It just means that so I'll give you an example. Here, I'm going to go to the game here really quick. So if you go, you're going to take a shot really quick. I will go to beginner and attempt to make a first shot here. Hopefully I'll go first. I'll show you what max, mid, and minimum is levels on a shot. I think you probably already know, but because this is a beginner tutorial, I just want to make sure that there's no doubt here to what these are. But again, once you learn the basic system, it'll be very easy for you to use it. So thank God I'm going first. So this is max. Max just means I'm putting it at max level, right? So the club, I'm using Big Topper, but if I were to use the Extra Mile, right, I'm at level 7. I know that from the center where those blue arrows are pointing, that's where my line begins, from there to where the yellow and the red meet, right? So if I'm going at max, I'm going to be looking at the max chart. If I'm going to be going at mid, it's right between where the max is and where the club changes. So that's max, this is mid, this is mid, and this is minimum. Obviously, I'm going to just take a shot here really quick, just so I don't lose the opportunity. Either way, it doesn't really matter, because I put this at beginner because I knew I was going to use this for explanation purposes. But that is basically what max, mid, and min, or minimum level, means. Now I'm going to pull out of this game because I'm not, hate to do this, but hopefully you can understand that I'm doing this just to good luck. So that is basically what the max and the mid and the minimum level is on taking a shot. So going back to the chart, the left column is max, middle column is mid, right column is min. Now I was using an Extra Mile level 7, so you'll see that the max, the yellow ring, the center is a 2.2, then it goes 4.3, 6.5. That's a lot of numbers to remember, okay? Most of the time, 99.9% of the time, you're going to use your driver, like in this case, the Extra Mile, at a maximum level. So my level 7 is a 2.2 in the middle. What I do is I don't try to learn all these numbers. What I do is I just memorize that level 7 is a 2.2. I round up or round down and my number is a 2. So I go, each ring to me represents 2 wins. So it'll be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Obviously, when you get to the 10th, to the white ring, it's 10.8. I mean, that's almost 11. That's almost off by almost a third of a ring. But at a beginner level, you will rarely have to adjust for wins that high. I mean, they're just not going to challenge you at that point. Once you're there, you've played enough games where you understand the ring system, you master the ring system, and you understand it, and you know what each of the values that each win value that each club has. So this is the extra mile. The quarterback, the rocket, all of those are the clubs you get in the beginning, but you can basically create a win chart for each, which is what you're looking at here. This is exactly what I've created, a win chart. And what I do when I'm playing, and just be careful because you don't want to delay the game where you forfeit the match, but what I do is I'll go between the game. If I don't remember, I'll keep this open, and as I'm playing, right, I'll go back really quick. I'll have my card already open on the clubs that I'm going to play. Now, that is if I don't have the paper version, but if you don't want to risk it, or you don't want, obviously, to risk the game from forfeiting, I highly do not recommend or highly discourage you to use that when you're in a tournament. But if you're playing a regular game and you don't have it in front of you, you can switch back and forth, particularly on an Android. I don't know how Apple works, but have a paper version in front of you, and you can just kind of keep your long iron and your driver is really the two clubs that you're going to really be needing to adjust more precisely for, because those are the more important shots. But anyway, hopefully this was helpful to you, and I will be posting the second part of this very soon. Hopefully this wasn't too lengthy. If you have any questions, please comment on the Facebook page or on the actual YouTube video, and I'll do my best to upload those answers as quickly as possible. Okay? Thanks, guys. Good luck.